Aid workers in Syria are warning that thousands of people in the besieged city of Aleppo are
that can give the first aid for them, but the situation is coming worse and worse every day.
De chegar, os Estados Unidos passaram a ação e bombardearam a Síria em reação ao ataque com armas químicas de terça-feira. Notícia importante que mexe com o cenário internacional.
Terrible crimes against humanity have been committed.
My name is Ahmed. I'm 22 years old. I'm currently not working in a job, but I'm studying at home. I'm from Somalia. I was born in Qatar and brought up in Syria, raised by my family in Syria for a better life because Qatar was, everything was so expensive and my family of 7 couldn't afford the living situation in Qatar, so we moved to Syria for study and to live a better life, I guess.
Okay. So, how and when did you learn about the Arab Spring?
I learned about the Arab Spring in particular in the news, but not like any other people learned, because the media in Syria was controlled by the government, so everything they said was filtered and everything they were about to report was already being manipulated by the government to suit their own agenda. When we learned about the Arabic Spring, it already happened in Tunisia, so they told in the news that it was a terrorist group, a terrorist faction that broke out of the government and started to demand in the falling of the government, as they said. But the consequences or the repercussions of the revolution or the Arabic Spring didn't reach Damascus, where I was living, until 3 months later. 3 months, everything changed. The government became more hostile and they started arresting people for, graffiti or anything remotely suspicious that, just had points to defining the government. And we had like 10 or maybe 12 and arrested people every single weekend. Like, people get out of the mosque after the Jummah prayer and they will just be forcibly removed from a crowd, and maybe they will be like selected in random, and maybe they would be selected because they were being suspicious, or even if they had like a beard, they would just get arrested and you can never see these people again. If they're extremely lucky, they would have a quick death, but in some cases this never happened. And while going to school with my friends, we had plans to meet before school, and we did. We had a breakfast, and then we decided we should go to school. We shouldn't be late. And we had mathematics and physics for 2 periods. That's 2 hours. We finished, and we were having in the break, break time, and we were suddenly talking about the Arabic Spring and will Syria be sucked into it? And as we were talking about it, we heard a sound that wasn't like, the sound was familiar, but yet like it wasn't known for me. The sound was foreign, so we decided that we should go check it out. And as we tried to climb the wall, the concrete wall of the school yard, we heard several gunshots and people chanting, "We want the fall of the government," and suddenly it was a war outside our school. And several bullets actually punctured through the wall, the concrete wall, like it was nothing, like it was an old piece of clothing. People started to fall left and right. As I was running, people were falling left and right like a game of domino. And I swear to God, I don't even know how I got to the classroom, but we did. We started. I was just freezing. I didn't know what to do. They started barricading the doors and the windows were shut. The room became so dark. I thought I was being held in a black hole or something. Everyone was just agitated and really shocked. The shot started to fire, and like 5 minutes later, again, and then after maybe a couple of hours, as the situation outside dire, because it went on for like 2 hours, my friend decided we should look for our friends. So we tried to get out of the classroom, tried to move the objects holding the doors shut, but then the teacher came to us and said, "There's no one getting out of this classroom until I say so." So we stayed in the classroom for an additional 1 hour until parents of students started to come to school. And I remember hearing my mom voice calling out in the hallway. So everyone started to remove the barricades, and everyone started to trying to open the door. I will never forget this. As we opened the door, the people coming in and the people flowing out, the situation was so crowded. The room was so crowded, like that even if people couldn't move. Like, how do you get out of the room full of people when the only door outside is also full of people? And I left Syria after living for 12 and a half years. And every single person I used to know in Syria is either just disappeared or in prison or just dead, or maybe if they're lucky they just escaped to neighboring countries, or maybe just went to European countries like Germany and France.
And how the local media, the Syrian local media, treats that subject, the revolution?
The Syrian media has always been treated as nothing but a vehicle. Every single person I've known in Syria always knew for a fact that the media was not being remotely honest, even by 1%. You could see them saying, you see a live video feed about government law enforcement killing people and executing them and cursing them and saying stuff that see them going on the screen telling you that another victory has happened for the government forces and God knows where, because they killed terrorists and they killed people that was trying to destabilize Syria, even though those same people are actually just unarmed civilians. They just want to get the news out there that Syria is doing its best to just kill the revolution. They just wanted to get a message out to people that this is your lives. is how we control you. This is how we break your spirits. One news anchor actually said that they sent a threat letter to her family saying that if you don't, follow the script, if you don't, tell to the people what you've been told, that could mean the death of the entire family. So when I say they're being controlled and manipulated by the government, it's in every sense. It's in every, meaning of the word.
And about the international media, like BBC, CNN.
CNN, yeah. And these kind of, anchors and news companies, they actually helped a lot. You could see them even if they don't tell the story as it is 100%. You can see them trying. You can see them, telling the most important side of the story. And CNN and those kind of BBC, and they had actually programs concerning only the Syrian revolution, and they talked in an honest, brutal way about what's happening in Syria right now, and they tried to keep the sensitivity of the subject in place. They started reporting when it was basically too late.
But there have also been many heroes, those who've risked everything to help others.